Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's the home of the 5 minute or less video. I can tell you everything you need to know. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. I've been doing this for 50 years. Many of you have seen me on the news, so for those who you have not, you can see me in a coat and tie, and you can see my whole team at 777irs.com. I urge you to go there to look at my website. By the way, you can book an appointment, a consultation. You can just do that on the homepage of my website or my YouTube station if you'd like. I do these videos to inform you, to educate you, and to make sure, more importantly, that you in fact do not get ripped off, and that's what I have to make sure that does not happen to you. As a former IRS agent revenue officer, I worked the offer and compromise program. I went ahead and I accepted offers and I denied offers, and I actually taught others, revenue officers, how to work offers and compromise. So I am an expert in the offer and compromise. So my video today is what happens when you send in your offer and compromise, and what is the agent going to do once they go ahead and get your offer and compromise. Good question. Inquiring minds want to know. This is the inside information that you need to know. The first thing that IRS does when they get your offer and compromise is they make sure that you're current. If you have not filed all your tax returns and you are not up to date on estimate payments or withholding, IRS does not accept the offer. There's a person that does that, and they send the offer and compromise back. It will never get to the reviewer or the person working your offer. I train these people, by the way, the next level that I'm going to talk about. So once you get past the first group, that is, you have filed all your returns and they check your file and you've made estimate payments, or you're up to date on your withholding, the person begins the offer. The first thing they look through is at the 656 and make sure you have a valid offer and compromise and that everything is checked off and that offer and compromise is ready to go and ready to process. From there, they look at the 433A OIC and they go through it tooth and comb, and really as they're going through it, they're looking really for what does not make sense. As a former agent, you're very intuitive. You've looked at hundreds and hundreds. I can't even tell you how many financial statements have I looked at? Thousands. So you know when you're looking at a 433 OIC what makes sense and doesn't. And there's 2 areas that IRS is really interested in. I could spend all day, but I'm trying to get out of here within 5 minutes, but give you enough information. IRS is going to drill down on 2 things. They're going to drill down your assets and the value of the assets that you put down. So they're going to take every asset, in fact, that you have and make sure that the values that you have listed on that form are correct. What are they going to do in real estate? They're going to look for Zillow or Realtor.com, and they're going to make sure those values are consistent. They're going to look at the documentation on what the equity is. IRS will look up cars and look at the fair market value, and they'll use Kelley Blue Book and other things. But IRS is going to drill down and make sure all the assets that you've listed have fair market values according to their standards. If not, they will make an adjustment and they will send you that in the form, the final form they send to you. The next thing IRS will do, and the big thing, is they are going to go ahead and they're going to look at your income and they're going to look at your expenses. Keep in mind, one of the most important things is not a ha-ha, to people, is that IRS is going to go ahead and apply their national standards to your expenses. People are not aware of the national standards, and what that is IRS says they're going to lock you into expenses for your food and clothes, your housing and utilities, your car payments, and your car operation. If you are not familiar with the IRS national standards, don't even think of submitting your offer and compromise. You can look at my video or other videos out there. I don't know who has them. I don't look. Well, the people I look at don't they're talking about. But the IRS national standards trips everybody up, because what's happened, if IRS looks at your income and you put down your expenses and you put down one thing, if IRS changes those, you're probably not going to be able to fund your offer. What IRS does, if you have any money left over at the end of the month, IRS is going to multiply that by the life of the statute. And many times that knocks people well out of the offer and compromise. And now you've extended the offer and compromise a year plus the time it was an offer status. So make sure you know what you're doing, but understand that IRS's two main concerns, the auditor, the person like me, are looking at your assets, and they're making sure that you spend your money within the standards of Internal Revenue Service and not your own. Those standards are published. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call me. Anyway, that's what IRS does. If you get your offer accepted, good for you. I'm happy for you. IRS, I think the offer acceptance rate is about 18 or 19%. Most of those are really sent in by companies kind of like us, or people who really know what they're doing. I want to caution you, don't go to offer mills, people who advertise. A lot of advertising you see, they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and salespeople are going to go ahead and tell you what they can do, and most people can't really do what they're saying they can. If you're not speaking to an attorney, a CPA, or enrolled agent, or a former IRS agent, like somebody on our team, you're wasting your money for an offer and compromise, and truth is you're going to get ripped off. And by the way, before you submit your offer, IRS has a tool that you can use for free. It's the IRS Pre-Qualifier tool. So go to that tool and go ahead and give it a shot. Make sure you're qualified. All right now, offers and compromise take 1 year just to go ahead and get to the offer group. Good luck with your offer. If you need someone to file it and you want a professional, you want someone who really knows what they're doing. Have a good one. Thank you for listening.